Hello there, my name is Sloan, aka Artplebe, and you're watching Tragedy of Theolosion on TotalPartyKiss. Tragedy is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign set in a homebrew world inspired by Greek mythology. As a content warning, Tragedy of Theolosion frequently features rough language, violence, and sexual content. As such, viewer discretion is advised. Now let's meet our champions. Kazimir is a Minotaur Barbarian and is played by Andre Rivera. Andre is a freelance illustrator, character designer, and TTRPG performer. You can find him on Twitch and Twitter at Andre Rivera Art. Ragna is a Leonin fighter and is played by Christian McKinsey. Christian is a TTRPG content creator, a Twitch streamer, and a social worker. You can find him on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, and other places on the internet at @afluffygoomba. Melaena is a variant human rogue cleric and is played by Depth Bonnie. Depth is a TTRPG player and GM, and also edits a lot of our highlight videos for TotalPartyKiss. You can find them on Twitter and TikTok at ChaoticBonnie. Bastian is a variant human wizard and is played by Sloan Smith. Sloan is a stream producer, graphic designer, and TTRPG performer. You can find them on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at Artplebe. Finally, your dungeon master and guide through Gaian will be Serenity P. Serenity is a TTRPG lover, content creator, and voice actor. You can find her on TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram as Clickety-Clack-Snack, and on Twitter under ClickClackSnack. Once again, our content warning, Tragedy of Theolosion often contains rough language, violence, and sexual content, so viewer discretion is advised. Thank you so much for watching, and now, on with the show.
What the
Zero.
We are so early. Why don't you leave for one if you want to yell it on the
I
screen?
don't know. I heard people cutting and I panicked.
So you yelled penis?
Yes.
I mean, like, what else do you do when you hear people?
I usually set myself with a word or like words, and I'm like, I'm ready for it. I'm waiting, and then I just completely forgot to think of a word.
Amazing.
That's
Oh my
okay.
lord.
Hi everyone. Welcome to tonight's
Hi, everybody.
episode. Tragedy of Theolosion, where Depth doesn't know how to count, and it truly is a tragedy. Yet here we are. So.
What up? I'm Jared. I'm 18, and I
What's up,
never learned
vibes?
how to count.
21. So, thank you, Soundtail. You're rad. Creating
Thanks,
vibes. Thank you, Soundtail. So, I think that we can't. I want to start just doing that as a meme, but I really want people to know what we're using.
Yes.
I really want to
Yeah.
just consistently.
No, that's good.
So, hello, welcome everyone. I'm going to do a very brief recap. We're going to have a shorter episode tonight. Normally when I say that, it means it's 6 hours, but I legitimately mean it because we all got to go to bed.
Not me.
So, we got to sleep. So
I don't. Fuck you.
Okay, fuck you.
up.
Stay awake then, I guess.
Suffer in the Australia heat then, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry so much.
So, last episode, long story short, they finally left Helsinki and were traveling to go towards Siothin, which is the capital of one of the continents, which is very religiously based on the 12 Olympians, but they've been hearing some wacky, funky shit about it that has not been lining up. So they're on their way. It was about a 2-month trek, and they're like, "Oh, great, we're gonna do what we did for the past 15 episodes for longer now." And I went, "No." So they are now taking a bullet train, which is an underground. Which is
just a city boy.
Took the midnight train.
The bullet train going to Siothin. Just a Leonin. Okay, gotta stop. We're gonna get
Christ.
copyright. I'm gonna make this now though because my brain's not gonna let me let it go.
Yes.
But so they took the bullet train, which is about a little over a month trek rather than the 2 months. So much better. So we are starting with them getting on the bullet train. You all see this boulette, which is much larger than if anyone who knows anything about boulettes, which are namely a couple people I know already. This is huge, literally size class huge. They don't normally grow this big, but it has this neat little, almost like a carriage on the back, where it's all enclosed. And there's just some really comfortable seating that also can pull out into beds. And about every day or so, there's a little stop where you guys can go rest stretch your legs. Some are fancier than others. The first day, it's a pretty nice stop. Like, you see there's actually someone who is, meant to be there, who's like paid to be there. And there's like a whole like expensive food like area around them where they just will sell you snacks at exorbitant prices.
Jesus.
But gotta make that money. The person who is going with you and leading the bullet is the small goblin that you had talked to before. He is riding in his own little carriaged area. It looks a lot more open on top, but is more safe around the edges. Kind of like he's just like almost like set in there, and he can sit in but still be directly talking to, and like they're in the tunnel instead of in their own separate area. You guys see that this is actually a lot more luxurious than you guys had expected. Very comfortable. There are little areas where like you can keep your stuff, a little trunks, so then you don't even have to worry about it, with keys that you are able to go ahead and pocket, so then you can keep your stuff locked up when you're off the boulette train. But this goes on for about a week. Is there anything you guys want to do during this week?
I can't believe we're going to be in a car together for a month.
Road trip.
A month.
Isn't this fun for everyone, especially
Like,
Bastian?
There's no way that to like correctly approximate the experience of riding in a, it's not tiny, but it's like not big compartment with 3 other people, one of whom is like the size of 2 people, 2.5. Like,
it's about, I would give you an estimate at about like a 13 by 10 room. It's not big. Like, it's enough space to where you can all have your areas, but not big enough to where like you could hear Kazimir breathing from across the room.
Is there anyone else traveling with us, or is it just us?
It's just you guys.
Okay.
You have
We have Leto.
you have yourself. You have Leto. You also have Finley.
Finley. Okay, so there's 6-ish
There's-
people.
5 and a dog.
Yeah,
Six-ish
but-
I mean,
people.
is Leto a person? That's
Leto's a
fine. I just want to
person.
know. Okay.
if we're counting Leto as a person, then we're counting Xerxes as a person, so that's 7.
Then
There's
there's 7
7.
people
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Plus Enigma,
Got it.
8.
Yes.
Oh,
so-
Enigma.
is an enigma, so with that kind of math, there's 10 people in here.
Yeah, no, I was about to say probably 10
So-
because of
that's
how
so
much they talk.
Scooby-Doo gang, eat your heart out.
Literally, Enigma has been keeping their mouth shut, but all you've been hearing is clacking of marbles.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's not like this, but you're hearing that like moving around and like.
Oh
just
my
kinda,
god, that's actually the worst sound of just the sound of marbles.
It's like
Well,
those magnets that were really popular when I was in like
Mhm.
the ones that like they're like super magnets that like click together
Yes.
and they like it's
They're
oh my God.
they're
I
oblong
was
shaped.
thinking, I was
Yes.
thinking
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Newton's cradle.
Or those little
Oh,
they're
those
like,
two.
they're like oblong shaped, and you like
are so
and-
fucking loud.
fucking
Why were
gross.
those so popular?
Because they were
Because
loud.
everyone was ADHD and they didn't want to admit it, and then the thing went clackety clack, and it went okay.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about Newton's cradle.
How long?
It sounds like that.
How long before an argument starts? Like,
You know what? Do you want to? Let's roll for it. Hold up, everyone.
Boy.
Roll for
everyone-
argument.
with a wisdom
It should be a
save.
constant wisdom save. You know what? That makes sense.
Save.
I was like, the
Save makes
Constitution save, I think that's going to be the moment that Kazimir goes, I gotta get the fuck out of here, and he breaks the top of this fucking carriage. He's like, I gotta leave.
I actually did real well on my little wisdom saving throw. I got a 23.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
that's good.
I will be using a new die I got just to sample it from a friend.
Oh,
So if this
no.
die touched me, you'll know.
You know what?
No,
That's fitting.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. 19 plus wisdom save. What?
I also rolled a 19.
21.
21?
I got a
That's how you
13.
didn't fuck me. Cool.
Hi everybody.
Cool. What'd you get?
Did you get?
Did you get a what?
I got a natural 2
Ooh.
for like I think it's a
Okay.
5.
Those click clacks really didn't hit you good.
I rolled for Leto and I rolled for Finley, but I need a roll for Xerxes too. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna
What's
be
this
fun.
Prima Donna gonna get?
Is Kazimir
No,
gonna
this is-
fight Xerxes on this?
Actually, Xerxes and Bastian are doing just fine. I feel like they're the two that would just be like, you know, in the back of the bus on a long road trip, sharing earbuds and listening to the same song, like jamming. Like you two are vibing, like you're reading a book.
Of minding my own business. Prince
Not
of staying
normally.
in my lane.
Not normally, but today.
I have a book.
And Xerxes is like reading, like kind of like draped over your shoulders, like reading as you're reading. And he gives you like a little a little telltale sign when he's like, "Okay, I'm ready for you to change the page now." You got this. This is so good. Ragna, you're doing pretty. You're doing okay. Like it's a little bit more cramped, but you're also used to a hot forge.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're here with all your best friends. I mean, okay, this is fine. It's
man.
weird, but it's fine. Leto got a nat 20.
Oh,
Leto is just happy to be here.
Nothing in there.
No, but that's okay, and that's why she's just so happy.
Yeah. No thoughts.
just
No
loves to be
thoughts.
included.
Yeah.
Finley and Melaena are kind of on the same vibe of where you're getting a little antsy. For both of you, you've both been locked in a secluded area for long periods of time. This is starting to kind of go, oh no, just that
Lots
kind of like
pacing. I would imagine that Melaena is pacing a lot. Or if she's sitting down, she's kind of just like fiddling with her daggers, kind of like throwing them, like, and just catching them and
yeah.
doing the annoying thing of not sitting still and not being quiet and shutting the fuck up.
And I love that. And then Finley is doing similar things with like her little stick that she had from Kazimir that she uses for fighting, but she's kind of just tossing it to Finley, but like a little too loudly. But she's like starting to get a little antsy. Like you can see her like like kind of like looking around, like checking to see if there's a rest stop coming up. Kazimir,
Mm-hmm.
everyone is being fucking annoying. Melaena won't shut the fuck up. Ragna's too damn happy to be here. Bastian's turning pages way too loudly. This goddamn little dragon thing with these glass marbles is going to be the end of you. And then Leto and Finley, who you love to death, you kind of just want them to not be there. Like you love them and you just want them to be elsewhere.
The feeling
you
where
are not
somebody's being
having a-
really anxious next to you, and you're just like, I fucking hate you in this moment. I love you so much. I
Yes.
don't want to
so
help.
much, but I cannot be a support for you right now.
Yeah.
Great.
Also, it looks like we are not getting
We
music.
are not getting music. I gotta figure that out. Continue without me. I'm going to find out.
No, that's okay. Honestly, Kazimir just like dissociating makes sense.
You know what? Good.
Um,
I'm glad.
I am continuing to, every 8 hours, I cast non-detection on Melaena. I just throw the diamond at her from across the room, and catch it when she throws it back. And continues for another 8 hours to just read.
That's such an awful like timing thing for like Kazimir too. I feel like every 8 hours you just hear the clinking of just this gem hitting Melaena and then falling on the ground and then being thrown back. And you're like, oh, it's been only fucking 8 hours.
That's the timer.
Yeah, every 8 hours.
I have to hear this 89 more times.
Love it.
And other than that, Bastian's gonna be looking. He's probably gonna be still trying to figure out more abyssal stuff, I think.
Oh, that's totally fine. And I love that both you and Xerxes are reading it because Xerxes is like, yeah, I don't understand this. Continue.
I can't read. That's why I can't stop me. I can't read.
I don't know this is illegal. I can't read. I'm a bird.
I'm a bird.
That's so terrifying to me.
I was gonna say, Hera's bird can do whatever the hell they want.
Send me to bird jail. Like,
we can do send me to Tartarus.
maybe.
Figured it out. There's music now.
You did it. I'm so proud of you.
Anyway.
I'm really actually genuinely happy for you. I'm just in a very sarcastic tone. I'm so happy for you though.
Thank you.
So we're gonna go to like a rest stop. So if anyone has any conversations you need to make privately, you could do it at one of these rest stops.
I would want to talk to Bastian.
I couldn't do that.
I would want to talk to Bastian again.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Feel free.
Just for another sending.
Oh.
And
yes.
But then I haven't seen after that with him.
I'm gonna pack it again tomorrow. Yeah, he'll do a sending.
Okay.
Do a little sendy send from the diadem.
The message will be, Vontus, it's Ragna. Viper Queen defeated, headed to Scythian, taking bullet train. Wish you could be here with me. You have 25 words.
Yay.
I send that along.
You hear back, Dear Ragna, what the hell is a bullet train? Sad you're having fun without me, but I will see you soon. I think that's 25 words. And then it cuts. Kind of like sounds like she's talking to like Sedima or something, just like going, I think that's 25 words.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sends that right back to Ragna.
And I think Ragna smiles, gives like a little chuckle at that. And he goes like, God, I don't know how to explain what a bullet is in 25 words.
Sadly you can't. I forgot to pack sending today. I just was using the one from my diadem. Sorry.
That's fine. No need to apologize. It just means I need to think of 25 words to describe what a bullet is. I have time.
Surely Sedima knows what a bullet is. Right? She likes the dirt.
Those two connect? I guess they do connect.
She likes the dirt?
She likes the dirt.
She likes dirt.
Is that what we're calling lesbians now? They like the dirt? That's like the first thing I can think of. I was like, what?
You know, she's got dirt under her fingernails. Wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink.
I've heard about eating.
She loves to dig. Wink.
I really hope Sarah's here, and if not, someone send us to Sarah right now. Thank you. Please and thank you. We miss you, Sarah.
Mr. Then Ragnar will go. Speaking of, I'm surprised I haven't seen you use the sending spell for yourself, Bastian.
I mean, I've used it for myself.
Oh,
I think.
think so. I mean, have you no one to talk to? I mean, you have parents, correct?
Yes, I have parents.
You not sent them a sending? I'm sure they would appreciate that. You could tell them about how you defeated the Viper Queen. Saved a bunch of people.
I don't really think they would be that interested.
I mean, it's gotta boost your reputation somehow, right? And that's what I'm guessing your family is all about.
Sure, yes, certainly. They didn't really know why I left. And I feel like it would be hard to describe why I defeated the Viper Queen if I didn't tell them why I left. So, like the real reason why, because I lied the first time.
Oh, what'd you say?
I told them that I was going on a trip to find myself and become more responsible so that I could inherit the family business and become a better business person.
I mean, you can still use
shit
that.
Like that, you know.
You can still use that, honestly.
I could. I don't. You know, towards the beginning, Hera was pretty insistent that once I sent that first letter, that was it. Also, I think that they're probably busy or high.
Those
or
are very
drunk.
different things.
Well, I mean, it's Marinid, so there's either money crossing paths somewhere or.
What is your family business?
Well, my parents own a good portion of the land in Marinid.
So they own land in the city?
Yes, they own land in the city. They own buildings, houses.
Oh, houses. I'm sure
landlords.
Landlords.
Yes. The Diamandis family actually owns the majority of the land in Marinid, where our money comes from.
Oh. Wow. And is it
What?
fairly distributed land, or is it not that?
What do you mean?
Is there how do I put this politely? Are there homes that are empty that could have people in them, but the price of the homes is too high for those people to afford, so they remain
Probably.
empty? Okay, that's not good.
That is sort of how it works.
It shouldn't be.
I mean, that's how it works in Marinid.
Another reason why Marinid seems
like where you're from.
Yes. Well, it's not the nicest city, but everybody's got their roof over their head.
Like for free?
It's community effort. Everybody chips in to help one another.
That work.
Say it again?
How does that how does that work?
From what I've
If someone's
seen,
not getting paid,
well,
who owns the land?
nobody owns the land. It's owned by everybody. Everybody contributes and everybody works for one another.
How do you? Okay,
Are you asking about the economy?
if no one owns the land, then how do you like keep, houses, and how do you make sure that your things are separate from other people's things? Like, how do you?
What? It's funny. I'm assuming deeds to property still exist. Like properties, like still exist, but the land itself is like not first come first serve, but like.
So basically how it works there is that the land is kind of like, it's owned by the government. But what's been happening lately is that because of everyone who, once Vonta said, we are bringing in refugees and we are going to make sure they are supportive, or we're supporting them in their time of need. They've been expanding on that land and letting people, like, everyone can own their own property if they'd like to. There's really not a whole lot of renting, anything like that. Most people own the property they're on, or they have an agreement with someone that isn't like super contractual. But most of the refugees that are there, to bring it a little bit more negative than how you were stating it, though, a lot of people right now are living like on the streets.
Yeah.
Because it's so full there.
Yeah.
But everyone is like making sure like everyone's getting fed, everyone's doing what they can. Of course, there's still the separation of certain people thinking this isn't the best politically, and other people going, we're helping people. Why are you thinking that? But generally, everyone is trying to be helpful of others. But there's not a whole lot of like, people owning the land as individuals. It's more the city itself owns the area. And then you can have deeds and buy it.
Yes. All right, let's see. How does a 19-year-old who doesn't really understand his city understand? Like, recite that. Okay.
He goes, I read it on Google.
Yeah, there are deeds, there are buildings to own, but generally the land overall is owned by the government and sanctioned by the government, and the people can decide what to do with their plots of land, and usually it goes to helping incoming refugees or just fellow citizens.
That sounds too good to be true. Is it like a pyramid scheme or something?
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
A ziggurat scheme, if you would.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's not.
Well, it's not how it works where I'm from. I mean, given I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention.
It's not as grand as Siathan. It's not as grand scale. Like, the refugees can only get as much help as we can provide, but it's not. No one's taking an arm or a leg, or starving, or trying too hard to make ends meet.
Interesting. I didn't pay too much attention when my parents were trying to tell me about how the whole business works. That's why they were so excited about when I said I was going to go out and really try to educate myself about that specifically. So I don't know a whole lot, but that doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard of. So I'd be interested to see if it actually works.
Only time will tell, I suppose.
Maybe we'll get to see it someday.
Perhaps. I would love for you and my sister to meet and talk about magic. She's as much of a magic freak as you are.
I'm a mage, not a magic freak.
Apologies.
Thank you. But yes, I would love to meet your family. It would be great to see these folks who you talk so much about.
Damn it, Depth. I think.
Excuse me, that wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't. Is it? Wait, no, was it? Oh my god, it wasn't. I have an eye patch on. My depth perception is off.
Perception.
Depth perception.
Depth perception.
I think if my family does not kill me for leaving without saying a word, I think you would have a fun time.
You didn't tell them you were leaving?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why I have this.
Ragna!
And he takes out a letter. He takes out the letter that he wrote that he was gonna ask to be delivered, but never had a chance to. It's it.
Do they think you're dead?
No. If anything, they might think, I hope they think I'm on what Leonin culture calls an odyssey.
Oh.
But may Leonin leave their prides to, as you said, find themselves and learn and gain knowledge. I never expected to go on mine, but here we are. So.
And everybody else just kind of chills at home?
From what my father described, yes.
Interesting.
I had to see, so maybe I can talk to Hermes and he can deliver the message.
So sorry. I cannot believe you left home without telling anyone. That is amazing. Oh my god, they must think that you were kidnapped or something.
No.
What are they gonna do when you get home?
I don't know and I'm scared, okay?
Wow, incredible. I mean, you have kind of been on an odyssey.
Yes.
That is kind of what this is. So, like, perfect reasoning. Wow. Hey, did you guys know that Ragna didn't tell his family that he was leaving?
Really? Really?
What?
You didn't tell your family. I'm sorry, what you said you were really close with your family. Why wouldn't you tell them?
That seems very unlike you.
That's what I'm thinking. Not anything. I think they think he's dead or kidnapped.
Should we use the sending spell or?
You
I used the only one in my diadem for today, so I have to wait
For
until
who?
tomorrow so I can get another.
How long have you been gone? Without
as we've all been talking, Ragna's hair has been bristling more and more. It's just been like yeah, he knows how bad it is, and hearing people say it out loud of how bad it is making it worse.
The fact that Bastian's supportive of it is the worst thing.
It's the best prank ever. Leaving without a trace, incredible. Disappearing with no hint of where you've gone, amazing. What a grift.
What as Ragnar tries to recollect himself from all the teasing, he's like, honestly, I didn't think I would be particularly missed, considering my family is got the business pretty much handled, and I'm not a black sheep, but I'm certainly not the sheep that you pay attention to publicly.
I had the same feelings when I left, except the sheep part.
What did you say? Peacock for you?
I mean, it's just me.
Oh.
I mean, it's me.
I've been meaning to try to find some way to communicate with them. Maybe I can talk to Hermes, who knows?
I'm right here.
Well, you don't know my parents. Is that how the sending spell works?
I think I can contact people who I don't know if you give me a description. Hold on, let me look.
I think there's a chance that it can fail, but there's a chance it can succeed if you don't know the person and you know what they kind of look like.
There is also a chance it can fail if it's in another plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if your parents are on another plane...
I think it's up to the parents I think it's up to the DM's discretion.
It's up to the parents.
Are you my D&D parent?
Creature with which you are familiar.
Honestly, I really hope not, only for the fact that I've made way too many remarks to every one of you about how much I love you in a very, like, non-platonic way.
I'm
and
so
I don't
sorry.
want that.
I just checked back in. What are we talking about?
I fucked up my words and accidentally said the parents' discretion instead of the DM's discretion.
And then Audrey was like, "Are you my D&D parent?" And I went, "I hope not. I've hit on all of you multiple times. I really don't want
You
that."
hit on me?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Did you
No,
just
I'm
flirt with me?
I'm in the
I
same
have
boat.
been for the past year, but thanks for noticing.
I naturally just flirt with everyone. So I'm sorry if you didn't notice.
I think it's not a you thing, Serenity. It's a me thing.
It's not
That's
you.
fine, I'll just
It's
flirt
me.
way harder with you.
Okay, it says 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. So I guess I need to know them. I was able to send it to Janelle because I know Janelle.
Yeah, you've seen Janelle and you know Janelle.
Yeah. We've met before. So,
Yeah.
so I guess I can't send it to your parents.
Plus, I want to talk to that speedy bitch again.
Oh,
Okay,
Hermes.
Hermes, yeah, I
Got
want
it.
to talk to that speedy bitch again.
I was like, your
Well, I
sisters?
suppose we
What?
could call him
No.
if you wanted to.
Mm.
Or just send that letter. They have to. Is there an underground mail post office down here?
I think
They
they
have
said
post
that
offices at the
this
rest
was also
house?
used for postal purposes, yes?
Do they have maybe is there like a little blue box that you can just slide the letter into?
Unfortunately, there is not a Gaian postal service like that.
Oh shit.
The
Landlords with no postal service. Hello.
I was just gonna explain. I explained it to Christian before. But basically, like, if you want to, there are magical means of getting it sent like almost immediately, like teleporting the letter. There are like people who do carry like mail, but it's not like heavily common. It's like, oh, if you're going to this place, will you drop this off at this tavern? Like it's more like parcel rather than like dear mother, I hope you've been well. It's been 25 years. You know, that's not normally. That's like you're gonna send it by magical means, and that all is through Hermes, but like through his if you go to his temples, if you are with his followers, they can have that power. It just costs a bit of money to do it like that.
They've privatized the damn mail system.
I'm sorry, landlord. What am I supposed to do?
I'm not a landlord. I'm a descendant of landlords, okay?
I'm a land baby, excuse you.
I'm a land baby.
Not a land prince or princess, straight baby.
Not a land duke. A land baby.
Land baby.
I'm a
That should
little
be a
land
title.
baby. And I'm fine with that. Anyway, what were we doing?
I like how you're okay with land baby and not small boy, but that's okay.
Land baby is in reference to my Bastian. The small boy was in reference
your
to my
Bastian.
me.
To your Bastian, to your me. I'm sorry.
To my
You're
me.
right.
Gotcha.
To your like MII, like your Wii Me, like your Nintendo Me. They're very small.
They're very small.
They can't hear you.
They can't even hear me.
Can't even hear you.
They
Dang.
can't hear you. They don't have their AirPods in.
It's okay. It's okay. Sloan will hear me talk shit later. It's fine.
Yeah.
What?
Nope.
You didn't have
Nope,
your
you're
AirPods
gonna have to
in,
watch
it's
the
fine.
episode. You're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to watch 42 minutes in. Write
Got
it
it.
down.
Perfect. Okay. What's next?
Was that the end of your conversation?
Oh, right.
That was
Ragna.
That was the end of what I had. That was the end of what I had.
We'll find a Hermes person and see if they can do something useful.
Hopefully you're correct. And hopefully I don't get my ears cleaned off. So
We'd have to go home for that to happen, so.
oh no, my mother would find a way.
Okay. Back on the train.
Choo choo. Okay.
Choo choo.
Any other conversations that anyone would like to have tonight? Wonderful. All right, so about a week passes. It's been a long time, and finally at this point, you are able to take a longer, like, a night's rest. When you arrive at this rest stop, the goblin, he goes, okay, so here's the thing. The bullet's real tired, so you guys can stay here for the night while we recoup, and then we'll be good for another week. So, and he just kind of points over, and this rest stop is much larger, but what you see is, it's a little bit more like a bazaar, where there's like one single kind of road, and then you do see there's a thing that says inn, and it has, it's all built into like the walls of the cave. So it looks like you go into the cave to go get a room, but there are other things along the way, such as like shops, places to get food, actually a bathing area, everything like that, a way for you to relax. Bastian's gonna go take a motherfucking bath, isn't he?
I'm gonna take the longest bath ever, baby. I'm gonna buy some flower petals to throw in. I'm gonna get a nice perfume. I'm gonna smell like lavender
I love it.
and bumblebees.
And bumblebees. Bumblebees.
Bumblebee
Bumblebees.
I don't know. Something fluffy and soft.
do like that, and I really want that now. Someone make a bumblebee scented something, please. I'll buy it.
Honey and flowers.
Oh, that'd be nice. Or like a vanilla and honey.
I don't know why that little got me, but it did.
It's nice to relax and think about how bumblebees smell. Okay, thanks.
It is.
TED Talk.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And then do you you relay that you're gonna go take a bath to everyone?
I'm already in my robe and my slippies.
Like we all turn around and you're just fully robed.
Yep.
Yes, you guys are able to stay at the inn for free as you are you're traveling on the bullet train. It is involved in the price. So
All expenses paid.
well, except for unless you buy like food or other necessities. But your bed's free, and so's the bath.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty good. The snacks are extra. You do get a small like daily like ration that is presented by them as like a small company, but it's very basic. It's fine, but it's definitely like it's something where like Kazimir's like, yeah, this is food, and Bastian's like, this is not food.
This is garbage.
This is garbage.
This is
What's
piece of
left
bread.
over after my meal. This is not real. Like, this is not.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna relax and like listen, being in a tight space with that many people I'm sure we've gotten closer. I am so sick of these people. I'm so sick of them. I'm just gonna go be alone in a bath and then go lay in my room and unwind.
I love it.
Melena's gonna go check out the like bazaar and just check out all the different shops and stores and just explore. This is like one of the few places that she hasn't been to before, so she's very interested and very.
Aww.
Yeah, it's very small. It's kind of like a train station store or like an airport store, just like very small, where there are some things where it's like, this will make your travel better, like like neck pillows, like an ancient like kind of like a stuffed like aroma pillow, which by the way I know Bastian's already bought at this point.
100%.
He went yoink. I don't even know if he bought. You know what? I was gonna say he might have stole it, but I feel like this is something he's like, this is worth the money.
Oh yeah.
This is worth it.
But stuff like that. But there's also like some clothes, and the clothes are they're okay. Like they're a little tacky. More so on like they're just very like brightly printed. Like there's like the shirts are like yellow or like blue, not like neutral colors. It's nothing outright that says, hey, I took the blood train, but
Would I be able to find perhaps like earmuffs and like an eye mask thing, but like to fit Kazimir?
Oh, for just like staying quiet and like seclusion. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to think that
blinders in here?
No.
Like a goddamn horse?
With Melena's
throwing it.
Melaena has a high perception, so I feel like she would have noticed how irritated that Kazimir has been getting with her restlessness. So she's gonna try and buy some earmuffs and like an eye mask.
Yeah, so they're like these little like these like earpieces. It's like just like cotton that's been like woven together to fit in your ears. So not quite earmuffs, but definitely like just pieces to keep it more quiet. And
More
then
like
a
earplugs?
sleep mask, like plugs, yeah. But yeah, absolutely. It doesn't cost very much. I'd probably say like, well, they're kind of. I'd say a silver at most.
Okay.
For both those items. You can also find little trinkets. Like there's an entire store that is just stupid little things. Like little simple wind up metal toys that are fun for like 3 seconds. and then it's done. But it's nichey and it's cute. But there's an entire store filled with that kind of stuff too. And there is
where it's like a little plastic dome and you flip it inside out and you just put it on the ground and wait for it to pop up.
Yes, abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, now those are here, but actually, what you see is it's like a natural material. It looks like it's like a dried like little like one of those like
Gack?
cannibal plants,
Oh.
like one of those like little like those little like
Plants?
yeah, like the pitcher plants, but like a little smaller. But it's just been dried in a certain way to where you can pop it and it pops out, and they're just like they're like a couple copper.
Ooh.
Stupid.
Melaena just spends a bit of time in that store, just like fiddling with all the things, just to like get all the restless energy out.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Does anyone else do anything before y'all turn in for the assumable night? Because you're underground.
I don't like that. I don't like that phrase. I don't.
Well, it's because you can't tell what time it is if you're underground.
Is there skylights?
No.
Oh.
Can we go? Like, can we leave the airport? Is that allowed?
Where would we go? We're underground. Where would we go?
Okay, but how the fuck did we get down here? We went through a tunnel. Smart ass. Is there a tunnel to the upstairs?
Is there a tunnel?
Not in this area. It doesn't go directly up. I mean, if you were to ask anyone, it's like, oh, do you know what's above us? You're right in the middle of the desert.
How do people live out here? How do people live here? Who lives here? Is it a bunch of animated mannequins? Like, because that's the only way I could imagine existing out here and not wanting to lay down and die instantly all the time.
You actually see a couple Durgar.
My bad. That was insensitive.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I hate your entire way of life. That's my culture. Excuse you.
No, that was my favorite. I'm so sorry.
A little too close to the sun.
Wow, look on yourself.
There are Durgar here. There are also there are specifically gnomes that live like underground in like rocky areas. There are gnomes that live here. There are goblins. There are a couple other races that don't normally live underground, but it looks like you see like a human, an elf.
Oh my god.
You do see one living mannequin, and then you realize it's just a mannequin, and now you feel bad. No, I was kidding.
Bastian's like, wow, this place sucks, and it just echoes, and everybody turns and looks.
The elf looks at you and just nods as they're finishing their work.
Right?
It's like, yeah.
I wouldn't. But
The Durgar that are there, they're probably the highest in population, along with the gnomes and the goblins. They kind of look at you and just like, they really pay you no heed.
What a human response.
what fucking humans?
Wow, who lives here? It sucks.
It sucks.
Then go up. Back up to your surface level, human.
Your surface world.
Go back to your surface world. You don't belong down here.
I may not be up there, but I'll make one. See. I don't know why, but
it's just straight through the bedrock, little man.
I've just made like all goblins like fucking 1920s Brooklyn gangsters. You're welcome. I don't know why, but here we are. All right. Does everyone do what they need to and then head to bed? Is there anything you guys would like to do beforehand?
I'm just gonna say Kazimier's fucking going insane. So he just
It is very small. Yeah.
it's so small. He fits like a Lego.
Oh my god.
Eggs line up.
Into place.
Makes a little clicking.
like the glass marbles.
Oh no.
My man's joints are suffering.
I think Melaena will approach Kaj very quickly before bed. And we'll just say, I know you've been a bit stir crazy, especially with Finley and I. So, for the rest of the travels, I hope these will help. And she'll hand over the earplugs and eye blindfold. I don't know if that'll help, but I thought it might be worth trying.
How did you know?
You have this little twitch in your cheek when you get irritated. It's been going nonstop.
I didn't know about that. What? Okay. So this is for my ears?
Yes. And your eyes, in case you just...
Oh.
We're underground, so it's already pretty dark, but just in case you just want to...
I thought it was for my mouth.
No. Even though it's dark, it's just I think it's just a good way to tell people that you don't want to be disturbed. So.
Thank you. That was very, very thoughtful.
Yes.
Hopefully the expense was worth it. It's nice to have accommodations prepared ahead of time and not worry about where we're sleeping for the night.
Yes, and worry about being exposed to
The elements.
whatever can. Yes. Right. Well, good night.
Good night. And just like slides on.
It just goes to sleep with the earplugs and the eye mask on.
Mm-hmm.
You are like, it's a little chilly down here, but as you lay down in the bed, this is like, you feel your back just pop, pop, pop as you finally lay out. And I feel like you would just go to sleep. Like, you would just be like, good enough and out.
Dead ass asleep.
Silence. Yes.
Silence, finally.
I unfolds like a bouncy house.
You're in the room right above Kazimier's, just start bouncing. Have a party, invite all the Durgar to apologize.
Hop and pop. I do have one thing that I want to do before we leave to get back on the road.
Okay, is this for the night or for the next day?
You know what? It should probably happen during the night. Do they have any drugs in this?
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Preferably like long-lasting, hallucinogenic, maybe.
What? In the underground tight spaces?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and highwoods. No, I like it. Go ahead and make me like a persuasion to like see if you can like, to see if you can like maneuver.
There are fucking down here. We are underground. There have got to be some fucking trippy mushrooms in this goddamn tunnel.
Are you asking around, or are you just gonna like pick something?
Oh no, I'm not gonna pick something.
Okay.
Good lord.
I was like really concerned. I was like,
Suicide. No, I will go for persuasion.
okay, go ahead and do that.
Holy fuck! I rolled a 19. That's a 25.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Like a goddamn bloodhound.
Acquired.
I gotta find where I put the drugs in my notes. Hold up.
Drug notes.
Drug notes.
Give me your fantasy drug, Serenity. That's what I'm here for.
So many fantasy drugs.
Give me your world building.
Just for you.
And it is my gift. And I accept it with... Never mind.
Oh,
You accept it with an open mouth?
That is exactly what I was going to say.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. So you're talking around and like just kind of sparking up a conversation with someone who you just it looks a little bit like they are maybe easier to convince to ask where the stuff might be, where the good stuff might be. And it's this gnome. It's actually the gnome running the trinket shop.
Of course it is. There's no way this shop isn't a front, because they don't sell fucking anything. They've had the same merchandise on the shelves for 20 years.
Fuck, I love this so much more than what I had planned, so I kind of want to go with it, but I'm gonna keep going because I don't want to steal that from you. But that's really fucking good. So you kind of mentioned what you're looking for. And this old gnome, just this guy with the curliest little beard that just flips up. He has this curly little mustache. It looks like he takes all this time to like grease his hair, his mustache, and like his beard. It's perfect. And you start mentioning, he's like, you want the fun stuff?
Yes, some long-term in-flight entertainment.
You're not flying. You will be after this. And he starts giving you directions to go further down the tunnel.
I'm going fucking truffle hunting? Is that what's happening?
No, he's telling you where someone he knows sells them.
Okay,
But he
great.
tells you the directions on how to get there. And when you follow those directions, you end up in this little you see this little you wouldn't be able to see it. It was between like this crack in the wall that you thought would have just been like a crack in the cave. Where you look in and you see twinkling lights. And you just kind of you could like slide through. This would be somewhere where I think Kazimir and Ragna wouldn't fit, but Melaena and Bastian could fit just fine. And you kind of slide in, and you see this like little hidden apothecary. And you see
little lights look like little chili peppers.
Welcome to Chile.
Welcome to Chili's. I'm just saying that because for some reason, every pothead I've ever known has had the same chili pepper string
chili
lights.
like LED lights. Oh,
yes.
Well, they're actually like mushrooms that are glowing naturally, but same thing.
Perfect.
You do see that there is like paint on the wall that is glowing because of the iridescence of the mushroom lights. Almost like a blacklight effect. It's cool.
Hell yeah, man.
And you see this younger looking dark gnome.
Oh yeah.
And she's just, working around, and then she looks at you and she's like, "What do you want?"
Something sustained release, preferably with hallucinogenic properties.
I see. Come here. And she goes over to like this like locked trunk, opens it, and it springs up and creates its own little like display. And you see a couple things that you kind of already know about. Like you do see red sugar. You also do see a flower that's very popular, and you've taken it, Aphrodite's Kiss.
Yes.
But you also see, something that's like this black powder. Go ahead and roll me a history check to see if you know what that is. You also see something that looks like seaweed, and you see another thing that looks like herb leaves. And they're just kind of like in these little bowls.
Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13? I mean, it kind of smells like sulfur. It doesn't really ring a bell. It's not anything you've really been offered before. For the other two things, they don't look that familiar.
Well, I recognize some things here, but I think I'm going to need your expertise.
Of course you will. So, and she just begins, and out of voice, the more like wiggling kelp-like one, that one's called hound's kelp, and it simulates a very calming sensation when inhaled and smoked. Then you also see, she does explain the black powder. It is called the blood of Ares. But it's meant for someone who wants a little bit of a stronger kick. And she says she doesn't think it's for you. And then the last thing you see is called the gift of Menthe. And it looks like mint leaves. But these are meant to be a bit more of like a hallucinogenic. You put it under your tongue. And the leaves,
hoping you would say that.
Yes, and the leaves just go ahead and they disperse, and it has this very like nice taste to it. They do only last about 12 hours maximum, depending on tolerance. However, you can buy them
Not
in
a problem.
bundle. Yeah. So
I'm gonna that shit right there. I'm buying that shit. I am getting at least 8 doses.
Damn.
how much money do you have on you?
I have 160 gold.
Yeah, for that she'd take 100 gold. Yeah.
It's worth it.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
Worth it.
And she does say she does offer you a little pouch.
We get a free sample? Oh.
Yes. Yes. She offers you a little pouch with the kelp in it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And she just nods and is counting the coins, not even paying attention to you anymore.
Have a nice time. And is gonna walk out of there and go back, and we'll sleep.
Hell
and
yeah.
then we're getting back on the train next day, correct?
Well, as you guys are all asleep, I need you all to make me an intelligence save.
Intelligence save?
Excuse me?
Save.
I'm a barbarian. Why would you do this?
Suffer.
Huh.
19. Fuck you.
19.
21.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm so sorry. I hate to say this. You're all asleep. I needed a disadvantage. I'm so sorry. I was just like, wait, they're asleep.
Still 21.
21.
Still a 19.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
What'd you get?
What'd you get, Christian?
What'd you get? Why are you so hesitant?
Go ahead and share the class. Go on.
That's the class. Good.
My first roll
Uh-huh.
was a 6.
Nice.
My second roll was a 2.
My first
Okay.
roll was a 10.
Okay.
My second roll was a 6.
Love it. So the thing is that no matter what, this is going to happen. Basically, what's happening is both Bastian and Kazimir recognize what's happening. As you're asleep, Kazimir, you are dead asleep. You are just in the most comfortable spot, and you begin to move. This is not what you signed up for. You begin to feel like this sinking feeling, like you're sinking into the bed and past it. And you recognize that this just feels magical. Bastian, as you're asleep, you feel yourself the same sinking feeling, but you can also kind of hear, because as someone who knows magic, when you hear little things that just connect in your head, sounds you know, you're like, hold up, I know that. It's a warding spell that's going off. For the other two, you don't notice anything until you hit the ground. And all of you wake up in well, everyone's gonna see except for Kazimir until he lifts his thing. But you wake up in this very large round room. Looking up at the ceiling is flat. It does not connect to the beds in any way, shape, or form. Around this, it feels more like a low, like a squat cylinder. The room's probably about 10 feet in height, but all around, it's like 100 feet diameter for this room. Along the walls, you see these small little orbs, almost like portholes, that are magically floating. You see about 60 of them lining the walls. In the middle of this room, you see a very large round figure that is floating, nothing touching the floor. And beside that, you see a very long tank. It looks like a glass tank filled with water and low lights glowing from inside of it.
Am I dreaming?
I have a question for the DM.
Sure. If
When
it's
you
what the fuck, that's not fair.
Well, first of all, what the fuck? Second of all,
Okay.
by figure you mean like a person?
It's floating. It's kind of like balancing in the same spot. It's very large, like large and round. You do see these little tentacles coming off the top of its head as well, as it's staring into this glass tank.
And all that's in
Did
the glass
Christian
tank is
figure
like
it out?
water.
I
course I
mean,
did.
I figured it out now.
Now.
I'm so confused.
Are you dreaming?
No one's dreaming, my good. And he turns around and you see a beholder in front of you.
Are you kidding me? We were joking about this. We were literally talking about this week. We were like, oh, we should have one of us should be a beholder champion of Athena. We were talking about beholders in the tragedy setting this week.
You must have made my brain think about it then. That's all your fault.
Are we playing a beholder?
I don't check this.
That's
I
fucking
don't.
amazing.
Is this Athena? What's happening?
No, so what you see is this beholder. It's kind of a mixture of like you see this flesh tone, but a lot of blues on the upper part of the head. You do see these eye stalks coming out and one large eye in the middle. This huge smile with these just raggedy pointed teeth. It's just smiling. And it looks to you and goes, my good human. You're a human.
I am.
And you, and it looks over to Kazimir, a Minotaur. And you, and it looks over to Ragna, a Leonin. And you, and looks over to Melaena. Oh, you're fun, aren't you? And he looks.
Do I know what a
excited.
beholder is?
Go ahead and roll me a history.
Okay.
And
then you can see in the tank a little better. There's just one singular small fish about the size of like a house goldfish.
Oh my
My
fucking
god, it's Xanathar? What the hell is happening?
Oh my god, that's what you're
why-
talking about.
That's what you were talking about. You're like, do you guys know anything about Forgotten Realms lore?
I'm so confused.
It's on the cover of one of the D&D books. That's how I know. It's Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
Xanathar.
I do not pay attention to cover books.
It's okay. This
Okay.
Xanathar, you could already tell, is much different if you guys know lore. Much different.
History for this would be a 13.
A 13. I mean, it's kind of hard to forget.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13, sorry.
It's kind of hard to forget reading
If it's
about.
Arcana, it's like a 16. I don't know if that...
That could work too. Again, it's hard to forget about this big round floating figure that is known to be the killer of magic users, but also known to be like once you look in its eyes, magic doesn't work. That is something you've heard in legends.
Thank you for the raid.
Oh my god.
Thanks for the raid, y'all. We just got Xanathar on our fucking Greek
Xanathar.
campaign, so
The big tentacle eyeball sack.
Big blue-eyed bitch. Xanathar.
Very
here.
different from Forgotten Realms lore. Just want to let you
Yes.
guys know before you say
And
this
his
is
little
Xanathar.
fucking goldfish.
Yes.
Little goldfish.
Yep. And he looks at you, and then to you, Melaena, you are the only one who understands this language. And he says, "You're of the godly type, aren't you?"
Melaena will respond in kind. Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. I must write this down. And you see he
Do you
turns
know
around.
why we're here?
Oh, yes, I brought you here. All of you.
Why?
I
Why?
love to meet those of the sun. And now you can all understand it.
Fucking Kazimir.
Why is it my fault? I don't understand. Is it my
Those who
fault that
live
I
in
called
the
into the
sun.
nothing and I got a sun god? Is that my fault?
Yes.
I think they mean those who live not under the ground.
Yes,
we
those
not
of
underground right
Helios.
Oh.
Helios?
Those who live under Helios's realm. Obviously.
Who is Helios?
Helios.
Go ahead and make a history check if you'd like to know, unless Steph wants to explain it, because I'm sure you would know this.
Helios was, well, Helios used to have realm over the sun before Apollo. Helios is a Titan.
I'm sorry, who is Apollo?
Oh.
Weird.
You are.
How long have you been down here?
Oh, I have lost count. But at least 325 years, 7 seconds, and 52 milliseconds. That is the last time I started counting, and I forgot. Oh well.
The Titans they don't rule anymore.
Odd, peculiar.
Their children do.
This is why I won't have one of my own. And you see that this figure just hovers over to this book and looks at it hard enough to one of the eye stalks begins to write. And it's just up on this pedestal. Now, I have brought you all here for a very fun endeavor. I like to test those of the sun. I like to research them, as some would say.
I'm gonna die.
So I would like to put
Do you live underneath the town that we were just in?
There's a town? I like to put little wards around to find those of the sun. And sometimes people will just appear. Where did you come from? No, it's a rock.
We were at a rest stop.
I was having a really, really good nap, and I woke up to this.
If we
We have to leave tomorrow. We have a train ride.
Then you better get going. And finish my quest.
There it is.
I have 3
We're already on
tasks for
a
you.
quest.
Well, too bad. Now you're on mine.
What?
Oh,
We're on a
if
gothic
you guys
quest.
if you would like to leave, you'd probably want to play along. Would you like to see those who did not play along? And he hovers over to one of the little floating orbs that looks like a porthole. And it just expands. And you see just a human who looks to be living in this demi-plane where they're having their own life in a secluded area. It looks like a cottage where you can see past the scenery, but he doesn't go past a certain point. He lives in his own little cottage.
What the fuck?
If we complete this quest of yours, we'll return back to where you took us from.
Yes, certainly. The magic knows where you go. I do not, but the magic does.
Well, I don't want that to happen to me, so I think we do our best to comply.
Yes, I don't think we have much of a choice at this point.
Love it. Now, I have a few rules, just a couple of rules. 1, show me your stuff. Make it as fun as possible. The more I learn, the more I can write down. So, make this as genuine as possible. 2, don't kill my fish. And you look over and he looks to the tail.
I'm gonna kill that
This is
fucking fish.
Sildar.
Don't do that.
Don't kill the fish, please.
Please do not kill this fucking fish.
Both Christian and Ragna are like, don't.
Most of these people have ended up here or other places because Salgar was harmed. Don't worry, I brought him back. He is just fine. But don't you do it. And this big grin kind of almost turns menacingly. Does everyone understand?
Yep.
What does this quest entail?
Like more of a trial system. 3 trials.
Oh, great.
And then once
One
you
of
pass.
these. Okay.
What trials?
Oh, have you already done one of these? Am I boring you?
No, just
You're not.
You're not the
Not
first
boring
person
us.
to give us trials. You're not boring us.
we,
It's fine.
we are a little rusty, probably.
That is okay. I can't be perfect, but make it as good as possible. Now, first trial, and you start to hear and feel this rumbling as just this doorway appears from part of the wall surrounding. And there's a hallway. And he just kind of begins to float. Follow me.
How the fuck do these things keep happening?
I just chalk it up to being a champion at this point.
Bullshit. This was supposed to be a shortcut. Follow after.
Follow.
You all begin to walk into this room, and Xanathar is just kind of floating past, and he goes, okay, do you see this circle on the floor? And there's just this like circle that's about 15 feet in diameter, enough for you all to fit in. Just stand right there.
Steps in the circle.
I hate this.
Stands in the circle.
Stands in the circle.
I didn't even get to prepare any spells. Bullshit.
Oh shit, I haven't even prepared any spells.
Perfect.
Get in the circle.
Now, to get to the next doorway, there is a key. And you see him back up into the wall adjacent from where you came in. And he appears in a hallway that just kind of illusionary shows itself as he passes back. And the floor around you, that's not in the circle, begins to shake and fall. Now the key is down there, and you see one of his eye stalks point down. I've tried to figure out what sun people love so much, and I know you love warm. So, we will be using lava in this situation. And
Oh my fucking
This is horrible. This is horrible. I love this.
and you see just a good amount of lava, but you see like this glowing under a part of it at the corner of the room. It's about 50 feet down. He's like, the key is safely placed in a magical area right over there. Now what I need you to do, and you see this little rope come down, and it just kind of unravels and falls between all of you, and he goes, I need you to figure out how to get that key and not die. If you pull the rope, it gives you more lava. Have fun.
Okay.
So Serenity
Can you explain it to me out of character?
Yes,
so much
absolutely.
happened.
So you are in this room. It is about 50 feet by 50 feet squared. You are in a circle that is about 15 feet in diameter, so there's enough room for all of you. Not a whole lot of room to like run around, but enough for you all to feel safe. There is a rope that has fallen between all of you. He says if you pull that rope, more lava will come from below, which at this point, there's about 5 feet of lava at the very bottom of this, which is about 50 feet down, in a corner of the room. Like if you're looking probably like the right side of the room, there is a little, you see a magical dome that holds the key. He says, figure out how to get the key without dying, and if you need more lava to pull the rope, it will come from the bottom.
Okay.
What's the shadow situation like in the room?
Well, the floor is lava that isn't in the circle. So there are shadows, but if you were to try to dip into any of them, you'd probably just fall in the lava. The rest of it is just, it's all just wall. It is all sunken, and the only area that is a steady platform is the circle you're in.
Okay, so the circle we're in is like a pedestal. The key is hovering above the lava?
No, it's under it. It's encased in a magical orb under the lava. Yep.
Do you have mage hand, Bastian?
Do I have... Actually, yes, I do have mage hand.
Hey, there you go.
How far is the reach on mage hand?
30 feet, right?
30 feet.
Okay, it's 50 feet down.
I think I have rope. Oh,
I'm
God.
so sorry. Are you suggesting we dangle ourselves over the lava? Is that what you're fucking suggesting? Do you want me to go down there? Seriously?
Do you have a better idea?
Not yet, but I could probably come up with one.
All right.
Fuck. Is there a
Okay.
timer?
There's an
Wait,
idea.
is the key like floating in the lava? Is it floating in the lava or is it stationary?
It's stationary under the lava. It
Under
looks
the
like it's
lava.
going to stay in that spot.
Okay.
So it is under the lava. The only thing you can do with the lava is currently add more.
Add more.
What does adding? I'm kind of curious as to
It'll
what
make-
adding more
well-
does.
Okay, so if we add lava, will it float?
The only way to test that out is to pull the lava, to pull it a little bit.
We can try. Right now it's only at 5 feet of lava, right? So if we do
Yeah.
another 5, it'll only be 10. So it won't be so far as to like, I don't know.
Okay.
Plus it's good to just have a control of like how much lava pours out.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to pull the rope?
Sure. If we can get the key to float, then maybe.
Sure.
To us?
Let's see.
Pull the rope.
How long do you hold the rope for?
Do we want to go to 10 feet?
Sure.
Okay.
Enough to like submerge it,
Yeah.
if it would submerge, because then we would know if it would float or not.
Yeah. So another 5 feet.
Okay, so you hold it. You notice it's about 5 seconds as you're holding this. You hear the bubbling and it begins to rise. The key stays stationary,
Okay.
and then it hits about 10 feet.
Okay. Well,
You have now 40 feet of free space from you to the lava.
let me check my inventory. We sold the alchemy jug, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
did it.
Christ.
All right, so it's stationary.
I have a water skin.
Just pour a little bit.
I have a pocket of holding.
Don't have anything that's gonna be
Christ.
super useful for this.
Let's see.
I have a coat of stars.
Two.
Where did I get that?
You got that?
You got that from the Viper Queen.
Yeah.
What's that bitch doing again?
It is an upgrade, or it's a downgraded version, I believe. Hold up.
Yeah. It had less charges,
I have
but
not added that.
it helps cast magic missile at like 7th or 6th level.
Like something crazy.
It's wild, yeah.
We made it go down. You have 1d4 uses of it at a 4th level spell.
Oh, okay.
But it also it does some other stuff. Feel free to look it up.
Gives you +1 to your like I think spell DC or your saves or something like that, or even your AC in general.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have
Okay.
to get.
All right. Okay. Fuck. Okay.
Alright, let's see.
I do.
Let's see if it's actual
Fine.
lava, and just drop like a copper in there. See if it's an actual lava.
Sure, I'll sacrifice a copper.
Okay.
I've got enough.
You just drop it. You drop it over the side, and you just begin to hear the sizzle as it goes under. And Ragna would know when metal is past its melting
I
point. You
pulled
see
my
it bubble
hand
and
over the
pool.
side of this circle. Is it hot?
Marginally. You're still in like a comfortable spot to where you're not feeling like too hot, but it feels warm.
Okay. I turn and look at Melaena. Fine. Fine. But if I fucking die by being melted by lava, I swear to God, I swear to all the gods, I will haunt you specifically because you came up with this idea.
It's a bad idea, I know.
Why are you saying that? You could have at least pretended that you thought it was a good idea.
Well, it's our only idea. But But if Kaj is at the other end, you won't fall.
Okay. Time
I
me
have,
up.
I have a decent arm length too, so you won't be too far.
I grab some rope and I tie Bastian and I make sure that shit is fucking secure.
Is there anything else in this room?
Ah, my nipple.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Your nipple?
That
I'm
is
just tying it like
a-
around his chest, so it just kind of pinches a little bit.
Don't do that.
I'm probably like making like a harness, just making it extra secure.
You with the shibari?
So Ragna's making a perception check. Would anyone else like to do this as well?
I would also
actually-
like to do this. I have good perception.
Oh wait, no, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna use my wizard investigation, and I'm gonna investigate
Okay.
like a little Sherlock Holmes and see if there's anything I'm missing.
Love it.
I got a fucking
Jesus Christ.
3.
25.
Kashmir's still really cute, so it's okay. Okay, 25.
I rolled a 5, so that's a 13.
So, Melaena, as you're kind of like looking over the edge to see like if there's any snags that would maybe like, you know, rip the rope or anything, with your high perception, you see that there's like a hole. It's probably about this big around, but there's a hole on one of the sides of the pillar that you're on, just under the lip of where you guys are standing.
How big is the hole?
Not this big.
Wait. And how far down is it?
It's just under, like, so your pedestal's right here, like where you guys are standing. It's just like a little under.
So I can touch it?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna put your fingers in the hole?
I'm gonna put my I'm gonna
Stick
put
your
my
hand in
the
there.
hole.
Dep's going in the dirt. So you put your hand in there. It feels just like you put your hand in, and it just feels like it goes down further. You feel a little bit of airflow from it touching your hand.
Careful.
Yes, Ragna, come check this out. There's a hole, and it has airflow.
Okay, and Ragna like carefully like gets next to them and like tries to like look at what the hell they're talking about.
I have a hand out just in case he slips. Just fair. You're not gonna die. Stop being dramatic.
Just investigate what this hole could be for.
Well, really that would be something your parents would have really talked to you about, but you know what, since you ran away from home,
Yeah.
not saying a word,
I don't know
Ragna's
shit about
parents
shit.
would have told him about glory holes?
I feel like they're supportive. I feel like his mom would have maybe talked about it, and he would have been like, "Mom, stop."
Please shut
Son,
up. Please.
when you reach a certain age.
Son, I am not judgmental of your sexuality. However,
comma.
this is what you need to know. Okay, so what kind of check are you making to try to figure this out?
Like why would a hole that it's blowing out air, not sucking it in, right? And then yes.
You feel like there's the airflow. Yeah, it seems like it's just like the air is coming from there, so it's kind of just like fluctuating.
Mm-hmm.
Is Xerxes here?
He's you're familiar. He can pop up whenever you want.
Can I like stick his long ass neck like all the way into this hole?
Look.
Look at there.
Like a telescopic camera.
Pop up Xerxes, and his first thought is, "What the fuck is going on? What the?" Like he's like rushing onto you.
There's lava on the ground. Don't panic.
There's fucking lava on the ground. I can't see.
Panic! Don't panic. Okay, I'm going to hold on to you, and there's this hole down here. You're the only person who has a head. You're the only person with a head that's small enough to fit in. I need you to look inside. I'm gonna hold you, and I'm gonna stick.
You're going to hold me.
I'm going to hold you.
Hold me over lava.
Listen. If I drop you, it'll just be a little bit of pain, and then I'll bring you back later. I can.
Yeah.
I can. It'll be a little bit of pain, and then you'll get to spend some time with Hera, and then I'll call you back later.
Oh, I don't like this agreement. We've had our differences, and what if you drop me on purpose?
I'm not going to drop you on purpose. That's monstrous.
I will bring you with me.
I believe that.
Good.
I am going to hold on tight.
He's going
Do you want Kazimir to do it?
No, I'm afraid he would break me. He would just snap me in two.
I must break you. Anyway.
All the Sims, save that little sound clip for yourself. Have fun.
And so I'm going to turn Xerxes so he's facing me, and I grip his little body.
He is holding on to you for dear life.
Carefully lift over the side.
You have to have better core, like you have to have better forearm strength than this.
Also, this bird can fly.
This bird can fully fly. What are you doing?
It'll be fine. And I stick it out. I stick his body out so that it can like extendo his neck and just
So you can look in.
neck into the hole until it's all the way up to the shoulder.
Okay, so fucking neck goes in. It's fucking dark.
Shit.
Oh fuck.
I don't have the light cantrip. I don't have dancing lights with me.
It's fucking dark and wrong, and I don't know why I'm here.
Hold on.
Is that orb that glow in the dark? The one that Hermes gave us?
Huh?
Is the
Is the
orb?
orb long and dark?
Does it glow in the dark?
Does it glow in the dark?
Is it oblong? Is that what you thought I said?
We're on a one track. Like, look, listen, I love you all.
Can I like take out? I don't have fucking anything with me. God damn it. Shit.
You guys have enough to do, like, your stuff was dropped with you. I should say that.
Okay.
You have like your weapons, your bag.
Can I like get a torch and just make like a really long sort of candle?
A candle? How are you going to do
How
that?
will you see past the candle?
Can I take? Okay, listen. Can I take a piece of? Can I break off? Can I cut off like a piece of torch? And then light the end of it and have Xerxes hold it in his beak while he goes back in.
Oh, now we're hitting with fire. Oh, the fire below wasn't enough. Let's just put it in my mouth.
I need you to be able to see because I need to be able to see.
I don't think that's gonna work because it's blowing air out. So as soon as fire gets in contact, it's gonna blow out.
It's just gonna blow back in Xerxes'
Put it in
face.
Xerxes' mouth
Just
and
do
light
it.
it. And he goes over the side and just goes.
The airflow's not that strong.
Okay. Oh, it's not that strong. Good to know.
No, it's just enough for you to feel it.
Is it the only hole too? Is that the only hole that's
It looks like it's the only one. Yes.
Okay, I am going to make a little candle, and then we do the same thing, but with the candle lit.
And he's like, "Good thing I can still speak in your mind because I'm going to tell you what
I know, I understand. Just get in the hole.
He's holding this in his mouth, and he looks at me. He's like, "Well, look for yourself, genius."
Okay, I will. My eyes will glow golden, and I will look through Xerxes' eyes.
Oh my.
It looks like it looks like it keeps going down. And then you see Xerxes let go of the torch, so you can follow the light down. And you see it kind of like it bounces around and then it curves down a little at the bottom, like about where the 50 feet would be, and then you just lose the light.
I think, out of character, this is just the inside of this mechanism. I think that's all this is.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I'm also wondering if there's a way we can make like a pressure something. Like maybe it's a situation where like the level of the lava can like at some point it tips over and goes up inside this thing. Like
I feel like this was a science puzzle in 4th grade, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
like is there a thing where you like if you like light a match inside an upside down cup, it'll like soak all the water up off of a plate below it, some shit like that? Am I like hallucinating? I don't know. But like something about like heat and pressure differentials.
my love.
Could
Can you let me roll for a chemistry project that I did when I was like
Sure, roll.
Wait. Okay, hold on. The purpose of the hole is that if the lava level gets so high that it's just below the platform, there will be a way to like funnel it back out, so we're not like, it's not just gonna like fill up and we're gonna just die. There's like it's like a safety measure. That's why it's hollow.
This shit.
there's air coming from it then.
Hold on, I'm gonna
can
science roll this shit as a blacksmith. Hopefully that helps.
Blacksmith? How
I don't fucking know.
with lava?
Serenity, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Can I was originally going
Forcing
to
Ray in there.
Would it be cheating if I asked for a roll to figure out the purpose of this hole?
I'm rolling for science fair.
Go ahead, roll for science fair. That can be roll for something. Tell me what skill you rolled and why. And based off that roll and the reasoning, I might give you something.
So I'm going to say that I'm going to roll nature because I think that the nature skill specifically relates to a lot of science stuff, because chemistry is science and it relates to understanding like the natural sort of like building blocks of the world, the same way I would say nature would be biology. I'm going to say that like for science specifically, probably nature or just flat intelligence.
Flat intelligence works. You could do intelligence. That works.
Yeah.
I just want to roll an investigation to try and figure out the purpose of this hole to see if it's like if it's actually a legitimate way to try and get the key.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would also like to do that because that's
Sure.
I rolled 2, so that's a 7.
23.
I know someone taught me about this sometime, but
There is
cannot for the
something
life
that
of it.
Bastian would absolutely know. Please roll me a history check, Bastian. This is something you would know.
I'm just going to roll a 15 on the die, so that's going to be a 20,
I got a 23.
and that's one of my portents.
and I got
Got it.
21.
21. So let me give it to you like this. Ragna and Melaena kind of come to a conclusion where it's based off of the similar thing that Kazimir said. It looks like this is a place to let out the lava if it gets too high as a safeguard. The only reason that I'm going to give this to Bastian is because it specifically fits. Bastian is a prankster, a party prankster. And there is a prank that I know that you have loved so much, or would love if you knew about it. So we're going to assume you probably did. There is a prank called the Greedy Cup, where you make a cup and put a hole in it, and if you fill it too high, it leaks all out.
Yes, we have to fill it all the way up to the top.
What?
So you all kind of come to the same conclusion for different reasons.
We have to fill it all the way up to the top, and then it'll all drain out.
Okay.
Kazimir's like, fucking, that was rough.
I don't know shit, so...
That is very nervous. Melaena is probably very much like, all right, let's fill it all the way up to the top.
Just
It begins to, yes. So Kazimir's holding this.
don't get
there's
that,
a
please.
little bit. No.
No gifting.
No. I'm putting my hands away. Hands no longer exist here. So you all begin to watch as the lava begins to rise, and it becomes hotter and hotter, and a lot more. You guys have already felt very cramped in the past week. This is feeling much worse as imminent death is 15, 10 feet, 5 feet from you. And as it begins to reach the very top of where you are standing at the pedestal, you begin to hear this, sound like a release valve. And the lava begins to travel through that hole, and the rope no longer is pulling. It kind of just clicks into a stop position, and it all begins to drain until it hits the very bottom, where there are just little pools of lava. And you just begin to hear just this roaring, like hooting and hollering from the other room.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Okay, but who's actually going down there?
Why do pranksters love trials?
Because it's fun.
Room for me to shadow travel.
The floor is going to come back to match up where you guys were. You can absolutely get to it at this point, and it actually unlocks as you walk up to it.
Hell yeah.
And you grab the key. You grab the key. The doorway opens, and Xanathar's still standing there, and he's like, "You don't even need the key. Just go this way."
Oh, man. Fucking Xanathar.
I want to ask,
Okay.
do we want to take a break? Or about at the halfway point?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
And laugh our asses off.
Yes.
As we all have equations in our heads, like, what the fuck?
I knew it was it was a prank of some kind. I just couldn't remember how it goes.
Everybody will be back in 5 or 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Got you. Hi everybody.
You got
We're in a fucking we're in a dungeon crawl actually. Jinx. Haha.
Well, welcome to the second zone. You walk to the next room. And there's like a slight curve, like as you go through the hallway of this next room. It feels like it almost kind of like turns almost like 180. In this next room, you just see this statue standing in the middle, made of like clay. And Xanathar goes, okay, next text I would like you to do, beat the crap out of this thing.
This is a fucking golem, I swear to God.
That's it?
What?
Yes. Do it with flair, do it with style, do it how those under the sun do it.
I throw my dagger at it.
Can I rage?
Look at Kash and go.
Go ahead and everyone roll me initiative as you just go, you throw the dagger. I don't even know, I don't know if I wanted to hit for the fact that it'd just be funnier if it hits with the hilt and it just looks at you.
Fucking love being a barbarian.
Barbarian.
Rocks.
I got a 12.
Barbarian.
Well, okay. I love the fact, literally we were in break and Andre's like, I love being a barbarian because thinking, and I'm like, don't worry baby, I got you.
22.
Ooh. Oh.
Let's go, Andre.
So fast.
Again.
That's 6.
Oh, buddy. Oh,
Maybe
buddy.
you should not use those dice.
Oh, I forgot to give advantage on initiative again. Fuck.
Forget every time. I
know.
love you.
I did a post-it note for depth, like right on their screen.
I keep on because it's a thing that just always lasts. So I should just say at the start of the day who I give it to.
You know what? Hold on. +6 damage per hit. Okay.
Yeah, good. Please do that.
Next time we roll initiative, I'm giving Christian advantage.
Cool.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. So, I rage.
And, yes, first up is Kazimir. Good. Go ahead.
I need to roll on my different things. I got an 86 for my divine rage, and then it's a D8 for my regular wild magic rage. I got a 4. Let's take a look. Huh? How's that sound, y'all?
Reading rainbow.
You're
Got
raging
a
to beat
4.
a stone statue.
My weapon's
hope
damage
that's-
type changes to force and it gains light and thrown properties, and if I throw it, it comes back to my hands like fucking Thor. That rocks.
That is kind of cool.
That fucks.
Yeah.
I need to go
Wait, is
back.
that the chart I made?
No, that's the regular wild magic surge.
Oh, that's rad. I was like, I didn't think of something that cool. I promise.
Yeah, that fucks. 1 second, I gotta scroll a little bit.
Also, I would rage. Considering the last test you were in, I would definitely just rage.
Rage immediately.
We don't know what the fuck this thing is.
Fair enough.
I think
Okay.
it's gonna be some fucky thing.
I got an 86, which means I now have a Laurel of Apollo, and I get 1 free casting of Entangle with Flavor, DC 14.
Oh.
So that's cool.
Sounds good.
Did you roll on 2 tables?
Yeah, I have 2 magic tables. One is
I gave them one for Apollo.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my boons. What are my boons? So I'm gonna rage. Going to go ahead and I'm not gonna fuck around. I'm just gonna use fucking my little friend fucking Enyo. Not Enyo. Jesus Christ, not Enyo. Oh my god.
No, you just bring out the
I just bring out the blood of the god of blood out of nowhere. Fucking what's their name? I feel so stupid.
Nome.
No day.
No day.
day.
God,
No day.
Jesus. Too many 2-syllable names.
Not my fault. It's Greek.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out
Two
Node.
syllables of 7.
Jesus Christ. And
Jesus Christ, that's 3. That's not quite Greek.
that's
Sorry.
not quite Greek. Jesus.
That's okay.
That's fine.
That's Greek.
Anything that is 2 syllables is actually Greek.
Nice.
That's so stupid.
Pizza, Greek.
Greek.
1 second.
Pizza, Greek.
I am looking something up.
Fazool.
What was that?
Huh?
What?
That's what I was asking you. Was
Please don't make the Italians come kill me.
Okay.
Why did they come specifically for you? Did you say gabagool? If you see that 3 times in a mirror, they'll come to you.
Okay.
I know. I promise. My boyfriend's Italian. That's how I know.
Gaba will come to you. Gaba will come to you and Gaba your ghoul.
Cool gob.
I'm going to transform Node
Please.
into a fucking mall.
Go off. You just see them go, and then you just start to puff up and become a mall.
And then because it does, so Node also gets the light and like force properties now. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's whatever weapon. Yeah.
It's still a D4 though, I think.
Changes
your damage
mall?
die. Yeah, it changes the damage die to a D4, doesn't it?
No, to force. It's force damage.
It's force damage.
Oh, to force. Got it.
Yes. We'll just fucking chuck that thing, and then when it comes back, just chuck it again.
So, okay, this is the first time you've really thrown Node, so this is hilarious. So you throw without warning, you just go yeet, and y'all just hear, oh. It's just like this flying Node in the air that has no idea what's happening, and Fog just hits this creature, and I need you to roll.
Yeah.
To hit.
Roll to hit. That's right. So I'll do it twice. Hell yeah. That's a plus 8 with the Node bonus. So that's a 22 and a 23.
Those are both gonna hit. So,
Hell yeah.
so this one hits, and as you're like doing the math, I'll explain. So it hits, and you guys just hear this, whew, and then zoop, goes right back to Kazimir's hand, and then just the same screaming, but even more confused at this point, as they just teleported back and hit. And then they teleport back one more time.
Thank you for the raid.
Thanks for the raid. We're fighting.
We're fighting.
But Node comes back to your hand, and then you just hear, will you fucking warn me next time?
Sorry, I got carried away.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I use my bonus action to rage. And I'm gonna move forward in case this thing fucking awakens, and just be prepared to fucking take some hits for my friends.
You got it. And then how much damage did you do overall?
I did 32 force damage.
Damn.
Is that adding your 6?
Yeah,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
You're so strong.
Why the fuck am I even here?
the magic is strong.
Shut the fuck up.
The magic is strong. The madrigals.
We are the madrigals.
We are the madrigals.
Shut the fuck
Magic
up!
is strong.
The candle.
I feel you know what? This is what I deserve. I haven't watched it, and that's a hate crime. So honestly, it's okay to be left out.
Serenity, we should watch Encanto. Have you seen Encanto? You should watch Encanto.
You're the one I was gonna watch it with. So,
Anyway.
okay, 32. Awesome, perfect. And then next up is depth.
Okay, that's my fear gone. Okay, I had a big fear just then, but okay.
Oh, what was it?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Throw the daggy dag. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
And is Kazimir, are you within melee?
Yes.
Andre?
Kazimir's
Yes.
within melee.
What? I'm so sorry. I was focusing on chewing.
I thought he threw it, so he wasn't close.
Yeah, I thought he ran up after.
Yeah, I ran
to
up to the figure.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool. I get my cool sneak attack.
I'm playing point guard.
Nice.
Doing my cool sneak attack.
Sports.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Ooh, okay. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15, plus where is my bonus? Plus 6 is 21 points of damage.
21.
21.
Oh yeah.
I have a question.
What dagger were you using?
My +1.
Got it. And
My
what's up?
magical. I use a dagger. It's a light weapon. Can I use my other hand, or is that only with melee attacks that I can attack with as a bonus action with my offhand?
And I wouldn't see why not, as long as you're not using the same weapon.
I also
Like you
think
could throw a dagger and then
I
just
don't.
have.
I know
another-
I don't use any of my bonuses.
Yeah, you don't use your bonuses, but
Yeah,
I
no,
think you can
I would
attack.
say you should be fine. Yeah.
Let me just
By
double
my
check.
My rules say you're a-okay.
Okay.
What the fuck is that, Christian? Is that me?
My rules
that
say,
me?
Hey, okay.
Leave me alone.
14.
14 will just hit. Fucking Christian over here making me look like one of the 7 dwarfs from Walt Disney's fucking Snow White. Okay.
Okay, and that's 3 points of damage.
3. Cool. And is that one, is that just normal dagger or is that one?
That's just a normal dagger.
You notice as you stab in, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Nothing?
Seems to do nothing.
Oh.
But the other one was just fine.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, I'm good. I'm just gonna stay here.
You got it. Bastian, this thing has not moved. But you see that it got smacked and stabbed.
Okay. I have 2 things. Number 1. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. My computer just minimized fucking everything. Okay. Here's my question. Do I know that, like, how the magic, like, automatic magic negation works? Like, is it, like, ongoing spells? Like, everything just stops working within this thing's sight? Within Xanathar's sight?
So the thing is, Xanathar did leave the room. He backed back up into the other.
I'm not asking for now.
Oh, for now, for later.
Like,
with the roll you got, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say you know that it happens, but you don't know the range, why it happens.
okay, I'm asking specifically because of non-detection. And I want to know if as soon as he looked at Melaena, that faded.
It did.
Fuck.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
Good to know. Good to know.
You could have fixed it if you'd like to, but the thing is, he was just looking at all of you all the time. So
Yeah. Yeah. And like cost benefit analysis, we're gonna see this thing's face again before we leave. So
Yep.
bones. Okay. I want to look around and check and see if there's anything that we've missed.
in this room,
Yes, I want to see, like, there was a trick last time, there's got to be a trick this time. What are we missing?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. The only thing in this room is that one statuesque clay thing.
Okay.
There's nothing that's running along the walls. You don't see any runes. You don't see anything like that. You just see this one kind of like almost like a reddish clay, but like that's really the only thing, and it hasn't moved.
Okay. I have a thought because I'm me, but I'm just gonna go ahead, and if this guy is like, show me your flashiest shit, then Bastian is going to, with all of the flourishes he can flourish, cast Scorching Ray. And it's gonna be like, fine, and is going to pull his wand out in one fluid motion and will begin to draw these sigils and then cast Scorching Ray towards that thingy. Little casty cast.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let me see.
So I need to make a dex save?
Roll.
Not for Scorching
No,
Ray.
you do not.
That's the scorching.
Scorching Ray. So I create 3 rays of fire and I hurl them at the thing. So here we go.
Cool.
First is I rolled a 17 on the die.
That'll hit.
Second.
Remember, Melaena just barely hit with a 14. So if it's over 14, you know you're good.
Got it. That one, I rolled a 13 on the die plus 8, and then I rolled a 9 on the die plus 8, so that's still 17. So that is going to be 66 of damage.
Heck yeah.
So here we go. That is 8. 4. 4, so that is 16 points of fire damage.
Heck yeah.
On that Scorching Ray, as these 3 motes of fire hit the clay.
You got it. So yeah, you just pelt those in, and it seems to be like hitting the side of this thing, but not penetrating. But it seems to be hitting and making damage happen, but it doesn't seem to move.
Then he spins his wand and goes.
I love it.
Good shit.
Perfect. So after your turn is the golem's turn. So the golem will go ahead, and both Kazimir and Duff's giving me this shit look like I knew it was a fucking golem. You'll see this golem begin to animate. But with this one, you see it's a little different. As it raises its arms, you see 2 arms come out from below it on the same sides. It seems to have 4 arms.
Oh.
And
I made a mistake.
Its eyes are glowing this kind of like low lamplight orange. That same orange is kind of coursing through like the bits of clay you can see, especially the parts that have been broken off from being hit or stabbed. They're glowing through a bit brighter, like the core itself is magical. And it's gonna go for, we're gonna roll a d4, odds for Kazimir, evens for Melaena, because you were the 2 closest.
Oh.
That is in 2, which would be Melaena.
Why? That's so mean.
That's what the dice said.
Because fuck the rogue.
Damn it.
The dice said fuck Melaena, I guess.
You see as the thing begins to charge, as the light becomes stronger.
Wait.
And
Hold on.
ooh, okay.
I do want to check. Because that little thingy for my bonus, I get 1 free casting of Entangle. Is that a free action, or is that just I can cast once?
Wouldn't it still be like... Sorry.
Hold
I
on.
can't move if it's entangled.
I think with the 1 free flourish, because it was the only thing you got, I think I was allowing it to be any type of action, so bonus action, action, or reaction.
I will use...
You could do it in reaction if you'd like.
I will use my reaction to cast Entangle. It is against my spell save DC, which is...
14?
14, yes.
Okay. And what happens if it fails?
It is restrained by the entanglement plants till the spell ends, which is a concentration up to a minute. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself.
So it begins to go towards Melaena, but then immediately go ahead and explain the flourish on your entangle if you'd like to.
So Kazimir got a fucking little laurel when he raged out, and when he sees the golem like starting to charge away from him and towards Melaena, he just like stretches his arm out as if he's like trying to like grab it and stop it, but instead the laurel like crawls back inside of his like hairline and then from under the ground and back up and into like
Fucking cool.
just
Terrifying.
entangling the golem with like laurel thorn bush thing.
Love it. Awesome. So yeah, he immediately, you see, as he casts this, the golem begins to reach out with both sets of arms, and then as it becomes entangled, it almost like mechanically begins to like hydraulics being pushed past its limits, like begins to like try to reach, but is immediately pulled back, and with its action is going to try to break out. And it's not gonna do shit this time. And it's just, and you see the head completely turn on this thing and look directly at Kazimir. Its whole body is still facing front, but its head is now facing Kazimir.
It's also 20 square feet, I think. So it's difficult terrain for anyone within 10 feet of the,
Is it centered on him?
It's centered on him, yeah.
Okay, well, Melaena would have to make a save then as well, because Melaena did melee against it.
No, she threw.
Oh, you threw with both?
I threw my daggers.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought before you were saying was it fine to throw and then use a melee. You got it. No, that's still fine.
It was just about the light ability, which I double checked that I was allowed to do. It's just using my bonus action to attack with a light.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Then you are good. You are good, and actually things would have changed, but we're gonna keep them the way they are because I misunderstood. So perfect. That is its turn. Ragna.
I get to go finally, yay! Ragna takes out his sword from his back, I'm guessing it's there, and lifts up the eye patch and does the bonus action, what you call it? The bonus action ability where I can analyze any weapon, armor, or simple metal mechanism. And I'm trying to drop the opponent's AC even further. Or if you would, if I could bust one of its arms.
So the thing about this is completely made of clay.
Yes.
And magic. It is not metal.
Gotcha. Okay, so it only works on metals. Cool.
Yes, so yours is specifically for metal since that's what you use for forging.
Cool.
But that's okay. I won't count it against you just because you're like, hold up, that won't work. So you could do whatever you would like.
Sure, that then changes things. I'm just gonna summon Echo next to me, and we're gonna pincer attack this thing from both sides. Do I have to roll for the entangle or no?
That's an Andre question. Does he have to roll when he first enters?
If it's
space,
already
so I have to
there,
roll.
it's just difficult terrain, so you can still move through it. It's just the creature that's actually trapped in it, they're the ones that have to. If you're entering it after I've already cast it, then you're just walking through with difficult terrain, so it's half your movement speed.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna attack it from both sides, and we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna probably add fire and my smite to it if things go well.
You got it.
Alright, so this is.
If you're looking for at least a 14.
Gotcha. First attack. That's higher than a 14. That's 9 plus like 8, so 17. 11 plus 11. So first one is 17 slashing plus 4 fire. Second attack, that's 14 exactly to hit. And that's 13 slashing and 5 fire. And then Echo is going to attack for 17 plus 9. So yeah, that hits. For 9. 15 slashing and 6 fire.
Yeah.
As Ragna and him are just like slashing like in rhythm with one another.
Perfect. So as you stop, as Kazimir feels like it's his turn again, you see the golem begin to slowly inch forward and start to break down as it just kind of hangs, using the entanglement as like a way to like stay standing up. And you see Xanathar come back into the room. He goes, "Well, that was much better than I thought. You." And you see an eye stalk directly, like his eye stalks look at Melaena. You need a little bit of work on your flashiness, but other than that, you all did very well.
Seems very arbitrary.
Arbitrary. What do you mean?
I mean, how do you define flashiness? Like,
Well, the one dagger that they threw was absolutely wonderful, and then the other did nothing.
There are only so many daggers at my disposal, unfortunately. As she goes and collects her daggers.
Then get better daggers. Don't know what to tell you.
is this
Thank
teak?
you.
Could be. Would you like one?
You know, we're not doing this for... We have things that we have to do, you know, and we're not doing them for artistic flair, we're doing them because we have to.
Understood, so you should be doing them better. Correct?
Just because it's prettier doesn't mean it's better.
I can tell you for a fact that you're wrong. And the doorway opens and you're back in the cylinder room as he floats over to the fish tank. And he goes, "This fish. This is the most beautiful fish I've ever met." It is a very regular fish. It's the best way to describe Salgar, which is the name he's told you previously of the fish. Very much the shape of a goldfish, but with some more like darker koi colorations, a little bit of red, darker blackish greens.
Yeah. And how many fish have you met?
And you just see him slowly look over. Too many to count. At least 375 and a half.
Half of a fish?
Have you not met half of a fish?
Not in the sense of hello, how are you?
Oh, that's not always meeting.
Well, if that's the case, then I've never met a fish. What fish are you talking to?
What was the other half of the fish that you... What?
Don't worry about it. Now, third quest. Now I need to get it for you. Complete a puzzle. There are 1,872 pieces. I will be right back. And you see him float away.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Let me go look at these portals. What's going on with these portals? Is there one that takes us back to where we're supposed to be?
You're starting to look through portals, and they all are just different demi-planes. They look like they're different lifestyles. As he's gone, he's been gone for about a minute at this point.
That man is fully naked.
Absolutely.
Why are you looking in people's lives?
I'm trying to get us back to where we're supposed to be.
as you guys are talking, out of the corner of your eye, the only really area other than these orbs that's lit up is this tank. And you do see there's a small treasure chest at the bottom of it. But when you're looking over, you see Salgar flip and float.
You.
Why? Why have you done this?
Words on it. I cast cure words on it.
How did you kill this fish?
Nowhere.
This legendary fish! You just up and
I cast healing word. I cast healing word.
Oh my god.
God, Serenity.
Oh my god.
This fish isn't motherfucking dying.
This fucking fish.
Holy
This
shit.
legendary
Holy shit.
fish.
Holy shit.
I pull out my flute
you
and start
cast-
playing music.
You cast healing word on this fish, and you see the magic connects, but then disappears. It looks like the fish is already gone.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, no. I reach in and I grab the fish and I cast Shocking Grasp.
Oh my god, no!
What are you doing? It's water based.
It's gonna fry!
Hey, you were holding it in the water?
I'll pull it out.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Can we clip that audio, please? Thank you.
Here's what I do. Bastian takes it, rips it out of the water, puts it down on the table, takes his fingers, goes.
Clear!
Okay. Oh my god, okay.
As I try to reset its heartbeat.
I also try to do spare the dying.
Oh my god!
We're gonna burn through all of our fucking spells for this fucking fish.
This fish is omnipotent.
This fish is dead. We are dead.
You begin to see the fin like move, but it doesn't make a reaction after like the fin moving. But there was a little reaction.
Oh my god.
We're so fucking dead. We're so fucking dead.
Do it again.
You guys hear from the other room. Hold on, I'm just sorting through my puzzles, trying to find my favorite one.
As much time as you need!
No problem.
Make sure you find a really good one.
So Xanathar, tell me about the history of puzzles really quick.
I'd love to tell you about the histories of puzzles. So back in the year, and he begins to just walk from the other room.
Okay,
I'm looking
wait.
through one of these any of these demi-planes for fish.
Can I do
Similar.
a survival check
Survival check for what?
for the fish?
Okay, cool.
I'm doing a survival check because I wanted to survive, dumbass.
You're the one running the situation. You should understand.
Okay, we'll try to roll the survival, and both of you tell me what you get, please.
I got
Hey.
21 for the
I got a 19 for survival. Let me fix this fucking fish.
Okay. Well, survival says this fish is dead. Wait, what are you trying to get from this?
I'm trying to
Manipulating it.
figure out how to resuscitate it.
I mean,
It's got gills.
I will give it CPR. I will give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Something.
Kazimir with his pinky just giving this.
What if you just dip it in the water and run it back and forth really fast?
Okay. Yeah, that's part of what you're trying. You're trying to see if you can get the water back.
Do that hand motion on the internet, Andre. No.
Don't clip. Don't give that. Don't give that.
So as you guys are trying, you're trying everything you can think of. You think, okay, well sometimes fish are just in shock. Maybe the fish is in shock. If I put it back in and I wiggle it around, maybe the water will get back inside of it and it will work. You're trying this. Ragna is looking through these different like parallel demi-planes to try to find a fish. You find a fish, but it does not look exactly the same. It has more like red coloration.
If it's close enough, we'll go for it.
Okay, so you're going into this demiplane to steal someone's fish.
I'm gonna. What happens if I send Echo through the demiplane?
I can steal the fish. I have a pretty good sleight of hand.
Okay. So you send Echo in through this demiplane, and you're watching. And this world is just this. You see this quaint little home, and you see just this woman living here, reading a book, trying to survive. You see Echo just open the door, walk in. This woman is like, "What are you doing in my house? Get out! Wait, how did you get in here?" And then he just goes into the tank, grabs the fish, looks at her, turns around and walks out of that.
Put it back in the tank.
Just fucking dump it. Dump it.
He comes back and he just gives it to you.
Snatches it.
Again, pick up the dead one and just fucking throw it into the portal.
Hey, what? No, I put it in the bag. Put it in the bag.
Kazimir runs back in the portal. It just grabs the fish. I'm so sorry. Runs back out.
Shove it into the bag.
There's a fish in the tank now.
Okay. So as you are just all like figuring this out, and the minute after, you see this fish just kind of acclimating, and then he opens the door, and he has a stack of two puzzles on each eye stalk. And he comes out and he's like, "I couldn't pick my favorite, so I brought them all." And then he just looks over and puts everything down on just a little round table. It's filled with books, but he puts it down. He looks over to the fish tank.
Kazimir just has a wet arm.
Same.
There's water everywhere.
There's water everywhere.
He's looking at this tank. This is the most beautiful fish I've ever seen. And he goes, "You know what? I changed my mind. Tell me, what is your favorite thing about that fish? Tell me."
How alive it is.
That's a great option. Good, young Leonin.
It looks very resilient.
He's
Good choice of word, yeah.
He's got a good heart.
He's got what?
He's got a good heart.
You know, I've never truly thought about a fish's heart.
No, he's got a good heart. Heart, like the organ.
His presence is electrifying.
He looks to Bastian and goes, you know what? You're right. I think that this has proven that truly people of the sun are just so good-hearted and so gentle. And I'm so glad that I could bring you here and learn all about you.
It was so nice to meet you.
I need to get a tissue. I'm fucking crying.
He goes, "Okay, well, take a gift from Selgar's treasure chest. Go ahead, and then you can leave."
What?
Wait, what?
Take a gift. Put your hand in and take a gift. He won't bite, maybe. He normally doesn't.
Okay. Kazimir will take the first reach in.
And when you reach in, the treasure chest looks real, but as you get closer, it opens and bubbles pop out like in an aquarium, chest. But when you reach your hand in, you just get this small bag. And like a kind of like a coin purse size. And he goes, "Oh, wait to open it until you get home." And he's like, "Okay, who's next?" And then all of you can do the same thing. You have to reach into this deep tank. Honestly, Bastian and Melaena probably have to have Kazimir help them with it because this is a big tank.
Just full Achilles style dunking.
Just some basting.
Like a baby, just grab him by the heels and
Be baptized.
It's like that, have you all seen that one video of the baby getting baptized?
Give me another look. I didn't get a good shot.
With the Great Lebowski audio.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I didn't get a good look. Let me go back in.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
So you all
have to do the fucking puzzle now.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
He changed his mind.
Okay.
And you all, he goes, "It was wonderful to meet you, children of the sun. Say goodbye, Salgar." And then he just looks through the tank at this fish, like through you. He's like magnetized, like in this weird way, like just like kind of like wonky, and he just stares for like 5 seconds. He says goodbye, and then you just are teleported back into
What the fuck?
Did that work?
We all wake up.
We all just.
You all
I
have
think-
a gift.
I think that not like moments later, Bastian, Melaena sees light pour into her room as Bastian just creaks the door open in his robe and slippies. It's like, I'm not sleeping alone.
Okay.
Not after that.
I think
Completely understandable.
I think Kazimir just like bolts up and just like, and we'll like quickly take off the eye mask and the earmuffs, and we'll look over and like look at Finley and just be like, Finley, wake up.
She's asleep like Leto and Finley are like cuddled, and what? What's wrong?
Did you go through the trials with a eye monster?
Why is your arm wet? Are you okay?
I'm going to go for a walk.
Oh, there's not much to walk down here, but if you okay, do you want me to go with you?
I
Want to
think
take
I-
Leto?
I'll take the Lego.
Are you okay?
I just need some time to process.
Okay. And then Leto like is that like groggy dogs when they're getting up and they really don't want to get up, like just, like sliding off the bed to stand up, and just like Leto begins walking with you.
I miss dogs. Dang.
I love dogs. Love dogs.
I love
Oh
dogs.
my god. Oh my god.
I need you all to roll me a d6 and then tell me what you have rolled.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's
Oh no. I got a 1.
I got 2.
5.
6.
Wonderful. So, Bastian, the gift that you get is a gray bag of tricks.
Ooh.
The gift that Kazimir gets is the rust bag of tricks.
Oh.
And the gift that both Melaena and Ragna get is the tan bag of tricks.
Ooh.
Wait, how do you?
So if you look up bag of tricks, it'll tell you the different
Oh, they
colors.
spell it with an A.
Yeah, it's weird. But But so what happened was before this, I went, okay, well, you're going to be doing something with a fish. So I rolled off of magic table F for fish.
Okay, cool.
And now you all have bags of tricks.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
What?
This is dangerous.
Oh, what?
I can just summon a bear?
Christian, we got fucking. We got giant hyena.
Hey, that's a tiger.
You're not talking about the axe beak? Really?
axe
Those are
beak,
the
too.
coolest things.
Man, mine's fucking lame.
What's yours?
I got a weasel.
You had a giant badger.
I got
giant
a
badger.
giant.
What's to do with the giant badger?
Hey Sloan, what if your
shit.
weasel went up against my giant weasel?
What am I supposed to do? The position of annoying talking animal has already been filled. Thank you.
Add more.
I have a Xerxes.
So these actually are limited. Instead of being reusable, they are only used for their 3 objects. And then they no longer work and they're just a bag.
So we can only use it 3 times?
So you only have 3 uses entirely of it.
And then it's just over.
Got him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Customize. Oh wait, hold on. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to roll a 1 because I only get a rat.
Shit. Hold on. Ow. Oh god. Oh.
Y'all got a giant hyena?
Yeah.
Hyena.
Giant hyena.
I'm just
tiger,
kidding.
giant-
I'm very happy with my bag of tricks. I'm simply a bitch.
Wait, what changed your mind?
Oh no, I thought that from the beginning. I was just giving you a hard time.
Oh no, I thought you were. I was gonna say it's a gift.
I got.
What was the name of the drug that I got at the beginning of this session?
It's called the Gift of Minthe. So it's spelled M-I-N-T-H-E.
After a
Girl, I
specific.
know how to spell it. I read Lore Olympus.
Okay.
I can't believe you were like, oh man, this is gonna be a yellow.
Yeah, you were like.
So for everyone that's watching, there's a content. So we use our content warnings and we use it based off of green, yellow, and red. And literally, I was looking and I was like, you know, there's gonna be a fish death. Because why the fuck would I actually have you guys do a puzzle? That wouldn't be fun. So, and then I went, hey, everyone, is it okay if there's an animal death, but it's like natural and not like harmful? And they're like, oh, okay. And then they didn't even think about it. And then fucking that happened and everyone was surprised. And I was like, okay.
I honestly thought it was just
circle of life.
Fuck you! It was going to be a scene where they just feed the fucking bullet. I thought we were just gonna watch the bullet get fed. That's it.
Yeah, I thought that we were just gonna come upon like a wounded animal in one of the tunnels and the bullet was gonna fucking chow down. I wasn't thinking that the fish would just spontaneously combust from the inside.
You literally heard Xanathar said, don't worry. Other people have heard him, but he's okay now. This fish has been begging for the moment it could just be let go. It just went, but.
Oh my god.
Kill me, please!
I can't believe that fucking worked. I
love you guys so much. Okay, well, that's where we're gonna end for tonight. Next episode, we'll be
Cool.
back on the road. Thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. It was a bit of a shorter session, but honestly, I feel
So
like the
fun.
emotional distress of a full episode. So this has been great.
Thank you to
Thank you,
Soundtail
Serenity.
for providing the
Thank
music.
you, Soundtail.
Sing it, Sansa.
Good.
Good vibes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, where's the? There it is. Goodbye.